Hello, you wonderful YouTubers. Hey, welcome back to my channel, Virginia Bushcrafter. Channel where we continue to learn and practice the skills of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival. So today, guys, I'm here for a long-awaited event that happens twice a year, and it is known as the Georgia Bushcraft. So today is the first day of the activities, classes, festivals, or whatever. Today, April the 4th. So it's been a exciting time so far. I got here yesterday and mingled with some of the participants, but I am sleeping in my bunker, known as really a tent. So it was really nice actually hearing some coyotes and some birds, and right now there's another person that is parking. Okay, so they have parked. I am back, but as I was saying, I don't know if you can hear the singing of the birds, but I had an opportunity to actually hear coyotes last night, turkeys as well, and wake up to great birds singing. So again, this is the Georgia Bushcraft. Here there are going to be many vendors here. I'm looking for specific items. If I find them, that will be great, but more or less, guys, I'm looking for a grail and a handle to an axe that broke some time ago. But today I'm going to be filled with mostly classes. I'm taking 4 classes today, which are, I'm taking a class on lock picking. Now you may say, why take a class on lock picking? Well, there's a lot of good. Just call a locksmith and have him to unlock your door or get into your house. You will see why lock picking is a great course to take. I'm also taking a bug out bag essentials. Again, sometimes I struggle or think about, why do I take so much stuff into the bush? Well, I think the heaviest thing that I take into the bush is my water. But a bug out bag essentials, I'm sure is going to help me with that. I'm also taking Navigation 101. I am so looking forward to taking a navigation class. I've been using the compass. It's coming out well. And that class is almost 2 hours, so I'm looking forward to that. The next class I'm taking is Wound Care with Honey and Propolis. So I am really looking forward to that class as well. But most of the classes are 45 minutes, except with the exception of the Navigation Class 101. So, guys, again, here I'm here in my tent. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm just going to give you a quick view. All right, guys, not much to see in here, but I want to show you. Here in this corner is just basically electronics, batteries, things of that nature, pillows, sleeping equipment, of course, car keys, a light, hanging light on each side, blankets and so forth. Even though I am in Georgia, it was rather warm yesterday, very warm, but last night it became very chilly as expected. So, but that's part of it. What do I have here? Headlamps, and of course there's water, Gatorade, cooking equipment, food, just a host of stuff. But this is where I will be camping out for the next 3 days. I'm gonna go outside, prepare me a breakfast, and get on with the day. All right, YouTubers, again, welcome to the Virginia Bushcrafter and the Georgia Bushcraft Spring Meetup. Hey guys, well, for breakfast it's going to be quite different from cooking in the bush. This morning I am having oatmeal, maple and brown sugar oatmeal. So that's my water that's boiling, that's going to heat up. And but let me just show you really quickly the number of people that have gotten here. I'll give you a much better view later on, but this is the open fields of the Georgia Bushcraft. So guys, I just want to give you a quick panoramic view. I'm going to prepare my meal and I'll be back with you.
Yeah.
All right guys, you're looking at my new seat.
I actually kind of made a model of it just to kind of show. Appreciate it, man. So it's this one here. Oh, yeah. So these are the tables. So this, I know it's bigger. It is. And then the table. Probably fit out.
Awesome seat.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
All right guys, I am officially signed in for the Georgia Bushcraft Spring Meetup. And there are a lot of people that are getting here now. As a matter of fact, let's just take a look.
I like the performance rope hat though. Yeah. It must be the Loudon color.
Yesterday,
I like it.
none of this was here. They are expecting a lot of people here this weekend. Here we have some people that are doing hammock camping. And of course there is a food truck. And as you can see, they have a very tasty menu. So there's plenty of food here. You will not go hungry. If you didn't bring your own food, look at this, one of my favorites. Tamales. Here we have a first aid center. There will be a class here. Classes will be held here as well. So I'm going to give you guys more of a showing, but right now I am going to go and find out where my first class, lockpicking, is located. Hey guys, one of the awesome knife makers is LT Wright. awesome knives. A knife that I'm sure can do any and everything.
Anybody know what this is?
I'm gonna say it belongs to a small child, but I don't know other than that.
Oh, it's a stick. It's not.
It's a magic wand.
LT Wright. This is one of the classes given by SE Knives. These are the participants. I'm sure I will be at that table. I've already seen some things that I am interested in.
Know what? Well, I got somewhere to play. Yep.
That's amazing.
An assortment of knives.
I've got that, and I've got
Jason, where you from, Jason?
Oh, Stone Mountain.
These I just sew up on
not too far.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
I'm northeast Alabama.
But for the woods, I have some more of a beater. I don't take her axe into the woods.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not far from
Council
there.
tool.
About
The field,
25 minutes. I'm
campground,
outside of a
the
town
small
called
one.
Gadsden.
That's a good
Yeah, I live in a town called Southside out there.
He's got a house in Rainsville, but he's got a cabin in Henryville. He stays at the cabin when he stays at the
Yeah.
house.
Filming for YouTube again this
I
year.
was in
Subscribed to you last year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rock, Texas. All.
Guys, if you're looking for a kukri, this is one. Nice flat grind,
Okay.
nice coating. Again, so this is SE Knives. There are more participants arriving on April 4th at the Georgia Bushcraft Spring Camp Meetup.
So there's a nice flat spot next to me where you could set if you wanted to. Now, are we doing shooting?
Doing all right today?
Good, how are you?
Living the dream. You know the rules. Come on in, pick them up, fondle them, fall in love, take one home.
So these are the Gremlin series. You saw the bigger two. This is the medium counterpart of the EDC, and then the Marshall, that's the EDC, and then there's only two of the bigger counterparts left right now. But we're always working on those. Yeah. The Marshall is just our classic thought of a knife. Nothing too fancy. We came up with that.
Guys, once again, if you're looking for bushcrafting tools,
So we named it that.
they are here at the Georgia Bushcraft. You've got to check this out. Totally amazing.
Definitely makes sense. He liked that one.
Thank you.
Sure, and you are the
I'm Dan Eastland. I'm Dogwood Custom Knives. Make culinary and outdoor knives, and then we'll be doing sharpening and knife repair this weekend as well.
Great. Guys, this is why you got to get to the Georgia Bushcraft meetup. Here he's using his jackery These are his tools. You can just learn so much by being here. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
How you doing?
Good. The Wizard's Forge. Hey, can you tell me a little bit about your knives here?
Yeah,
Other than you, there's some great knives.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm Oz of the Wizard Forge. We make all of these knives down in South Carolina in Charleston. We just do everything we can in the house. We do, you know, the bevel, the heat treat, the design work. Most of the handles are in-house. There are some CNC ones, but we even do, you know, segmented handles and whatnot. So, and then we make our strapping. So we do all, you know, some dog collars and leashes, some gear straps, keychains, other mounting solutions, whatever we can make that we think is useful.
Guys, well, you've heard it. So I strongly encourage you, come to the Georgia Bushcraft and make sure you stop by the Wizard's Forge. Have you ever seen a knife? This is just totally awesome. Totally awesome. Finger ring.
Thank you so much for the kind words.
These are awesome.
You get it all set up now.
All right, guys, I'll see you in a few. Everything slingshots.
What you get?
Look at these great.
You got a gift, dude.
I got a bunch of forks. You got a.
I got about 12. That's all I can get.
I got a bucket full. I took the big one out because I don't think anybody's gonna want that one.
Most of mine are like just they look like that on the ground there. You just
Yeah.
cut them off like that.
But,
That is perfect, dude. So you're making that for me? Is that what you're doing?
I mean, you know, this is what.
You don't have to, man. You don't have to. Lord.
Yeah, but I brought my
He don't know how
files
to act with
around.
celebrities here. He just don't know how to act.
Of like, why are you teaching criminals how to lockpick? I don't think y'all are criminals. If you were, you wouldn't be here. You would be smashing glass and drilling out deadbolts, all right? Lockpicking is not that commonly used in break and entering unless you're the good guys wanting to break and enter, because criminals don't care about damaging property. I don't know about you, but I care about damaging property, right? Several reasons for lockpicking. One is for fun. It's a challenge. It's like people play chess, people play with Rubik's cubes. There's that challenge of, like, can I get this lock? So people sit around and Netflix and pick locks, right? There's the helping a buddy out. I get a lot of stories. You might have some stories here in a bit. Doc, this is my friend Doc here, Matthew Walker, good friend of mine who's into the lockpicking stuff as well. And there's the help a buddy out there. I get a lot of stories of, hey, my buddy locked his keys in the cabinet at work for the umpteenth time this month, and I went over there, jiggled it a little bit with one of these tools, got it open, right? There's the professional side of things. If you have met, he's actually not here today, he'll be here tomorrow, Grumpy Kenny, Kenny Brunswick. He is the medic here on Saturday and Sunday. He's in the fire department, and he uses his lockpicks for that. There was a case here last spring of last year where I taught him some lockpicking stuff at an event, and he went home, you know, on the ambulance. 2 shifts later, there's a wellness check. Lady fell in the bathroom. They were able to yell with her and communicate. She wasn't hurt, but she couldn't get back up, and the doors are locked. You're left with a conundrum. Do you kick in the door, or, you know, drill it out or whatever? And now grandma's paying for that, fire department's paying for that. It's not a great scenario. So he ran out to the ambulance, got his Tough Possum Gear entry kit, picked the lock, they got in, helped her up, good to go. The local sheriff here, James Hale, here in whatever county this is, Oconee, I think it's Oconee County, if I'm pronouncing that right.
They have lock picking practice sets there at the sheriff's department, and they have their officers trained how to pick locks for wellness checks specifically, not because they're getting into criminal stuff. They don't care. Even the cops don't care about damaging the property when it's, you know, when they're going in for that reason. But it's for wellness checks of taking care of bringing them along. We get a lot of stories of people who are going to job sites who are like the electrical cabinets locked up. The guy who had the keys to that didn't show up. They get in, no problem. Not more than 2 shifts back, 2 weeks, later, after my friend Kenny picked that lock for that lady, he gets here for Georgia Bushcraft spring gathering of last year and realized that the keys to the padlock on his camper trailer were back home, hours away. Picked the lock, he got in. A friend of mine, Gabe Giovanni, I believe is his last name, Gabe of all trades, he's been here a vendor in the past. His grandma or grandpa passed away. They had a really ornate little chest with precious metals collection. No one wants to break it. They don't know where the keys are. Pick the lock, save the chest, right? Lots of reasons to pick locks.
Okay, so I've just finished taking a class on lock picking, and if you're interested in learning more about it, you can go to toughpossums.com and check out their playlist. Again, they did emphasize that lock picking, it's basically used for good people, not criminals. So again, guys, go to Tough Possums Gear, check out their playlist to learn more about lock picking. Norton's Knives. Yeah.
I get everything that you want.
Yeah, that definitely is pretty.
Some beautiful knives.
And they're all for sale.
Get more than one. Just a look at some hammocks. If you don't have a tree, a frame is provided. Hammock in the woods. As you can see, there are some individuals that are actually camping in the woods.
Do you stop by the yard?
Jason.
So, yeah, with 3 feet, I think it's just good. I mean,
Okay. Thank you. Now I'm going after the dog. It just took off.
Hammock camping.
That's the coloring.
Yeah, I was thinking of the green. I saw that when I was.
Yeah, her legs are very long. She has
I'll go ahead.
right now, there have been some older dogs in there.
We had a bunch of old cars out there. I would go out and I'd go back through all the old cars and playing around while he was in there taking a nap. But yeah, you're still on the clock.
Oh, that's funny. Hello. Did you know Angela or Suzanne? Yeah. We used to play with them when
This is the Georgia Bushcraft store, and they are open.
Yeah.
You should see the fan because of the hot weather.
We were living in Lilburn, so whenever we would come up, we'd come and play.
Occasionally, Manny was saying it didn't happen very often. We would get on our bikes. Like I said, Betty lived there on Honey and It's the second driveway. He's got like the bird.
If there's anything you forgot, you can pick it up at the Georgia Bushcraft store. More knives, saw, knives, bank line, axe handbook, Nalgene bottles, mugs, machetes,
It's a big deal.
Here you go, scrambled eggs, chicken fajita bowl, chicken and mashed potatoes, fettuccine alfredo with chicken, reading materials.
Is the sheriff's son, what's his name, Jay?
Jay.
They were called Jay.
Initials.
Oh, is he still here?
Yeah, that's his wife.
I was only him to make me a sign.
Reliance Leathers.
Yeah, he was making me some stickers.
Reliance Leatherworks.
I don't know either.
I remember, like I said there, that, used to, it was the big oak tree, it died. They had
Great book here.
in the middle of the road, but,
Yes.
all of that right there was, almost all the thing. They had all the stuff on the position. I mean, they had their, cow pastures and all right there. Well, one day we were leaving going to school, and there was a gentleman named Lonnie that would take care of the cows. So we drove the tractor over there, and normally he would just open the gate and drive the tractor over all the cows. So they would just follow him in.
Right.
Well, that morning, there was bull and there was some fresh cows across the street. He wouldn't worry about eating, he was worried about getting across the street.
Now that's a saw.
We had pulled out and so he walks up.
tent material, tent stakes.
So he walked, Daddy stopped because, bulls on this side. Lonnie's trying to get him back on this side.
Geopress.
Lonnie reached down and picked up a handful of rocks and a stick. And he would throw a rock into the bull's head and shake that stick at that bull and take a step forward. And throw another rock. Shake the stick and walk forward. That bull is sitting falling around. Dirt going over his shoulders. And we're like, this bull is fixing to kill Lonnie. Lonnie takes the rock and shake that stick and he walked in that bull and then went straight back.
Oh my gosh. He needs a job in the circus, didn't he?
That was crazy, but he also got a DUI on the tractor right there too.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this where we can bring
Wow,
our shirts?
nice carabiner.
Yes.
Screwdriver, bottle opener, hand slot, ever spark wheel, carabiner.
Let's see. What was the last name?
Lopez.
When did you order this? Oh, okay. I won't have it over here. Let me see. Let's see.
Alright guys, I spent some time in the coolness. Time to head to another class.
Just your direction of travel, and you would answer, if somebody says what's your bearing, you would answer with the azimuth. The azimuth is the actual number. So the actual parts of a compass, real fast, all right, you guys all have base plate compasses, all right? So it's pretty self-explanatory, the base plate, okay? And then on your compass, you're going to have a movable bezel ring. It twists, it turns, and it should go 0 to 360. And if you are a flat earther, you're about to be proved wrong right now. Okay, so.
What if you're earth shape agnostic?
Whoa, all right, well, we'll save that till after the class. Okay, and then you're also going to have a needle inside that's always going to be pointing north, and that is called your magnetic needle. All right, that's the magnetic arrow. All right, that's always going to be facing north. And then on your movable bezel ring, you're going to see another arrow that's going to be just under north, and that is called your orienting arrow. Everyone see that? It's on the actual plate. Okay. We also have a nickname for that. It is sometimes called the doghouse, and it's sometimes called the shed. So when I say put the needle in the doghouse, or I say put the red point of your magnetic needle into the shed, you put red in the shed. But we're actually not supposed to say that anymore. So we call him Fred. We put Fred in the shed. Apparently it's not politically sound to say that. So, and then we also have what's called our index line. Your index line on this compass is actually kind of annoying because it's really, really, really faint on the compasses you have, because it's actually black. Underneath your bezel ring, it's black, right? Well, if you look, there's actually a tiny little line that's right here, and it's black. It's black on yours, which is annoying. That's called your index line. All right, so that means if I say I want you to go 25, you would put 25 on that line.
Which line? I'm not following.
It's really hard to see.
The black line underneath the white numbers.
Yeah.
It's got an indentation.
There's
on it.
actually a line right here on the black. It's raised.
Right there?
Yep. Yep, that's your index line. Do you see it?
Oh, it stays up top.
Yep.
It stays pointing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's right here.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So if
Do
you
see
say
it?
25, you put 25
Yep.
on that line. Got it.
Yep.
Did you find it?
So this is actually
So-
the top of your compass.
I'm looking at it.
Yep. I haven't explained that part yet, though.
You found it?
So it's
And the
actually,
black ring always pointing, you know.
do you see it?
See it right? I got,
So
I
it's
got 210
actually-
right on it. So if somebody says
it's
go
right
210,
there.
you put 210
That black
on that
line.
black.
It looks like a mold line.
Yep.
You see it?
So it stays hard.
Yeah, it stays there. Yeah.
It'd be awesome if that thing was white.
Yeah, you would think. Well, these are cheap compasses that I bought specifically for these courses. I'm going to talk about why you should invest in this compass. So this is going to run you probably about $85. This was $5. So,
It's underneath this plastic, so it's a clear red arrow. Really hard to see.
now every single compass is also going to have your direction of travel indicator. All right, so you see a big white arrow on your base plate compass. That is your direction of travel. That's the front of your compass. All right, so you never want that to point towards you. It's pointing what's in front of you, okay? All right, so the other thing, there's another feature of this compass is you can see that there's these black lines that are underneath the bezel. On this thing here, it's red, but they're black on yours. Those are called meridian lines, and they match the grid lines on your map. So when you are actually getting a direction of travel off of a map, those lines are going to become your best friend. Does everybody know that your how metal is actually like a big no-no when it comes to compasses? So metal will actually interfere with this. So you always want to be really mindful of, like, well, first of all, anyone who has a pacemaker or like metal in their body, this whole thing can go way off. So that's interesting. But stainless steel containers, even the tops of certain pencils, certain watches, even like a ring that you have could interfere with the compass. So when you're actually getting a direction of travel with a map, you actually don't have to orient your map, and you don't have to worry about metal as long as you are reading those lines. But we're not doing that in this class. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And then you also have a giant magnifying lens, so you can actually see what's on your map. And then depending on where you are in the planet, your compass will have a ruler that matches the scale that you're going to be using on your map. Now in the US, most of our maps are 1 to 25,000. You can actually order a map that's 1 to 10,000. And what that means, if it was 1 to 10,000, a centimeter on a map is going to be equal to 100 meters, which means one grid square is going to be 1 square kilometer. But we often have maps that are smaller, it's 1 to 25,000. But those rulers are going to help you to calculate distance between 2 points. Again, we're not doing that. We're just learning how to use this map, or this compass. So now that I know that this thing spins around, and I know that this needle kind of floats, all right, how do I actually use this thing? So when you're using a compass, you can have the plug method and the shoot method. All right, so first of all, 0 is always going to be north. 90 is always going to be east. 180 is south. 270 is west. And we go back to 360. So 360 and 0 are interchangeable, and they're both north. Now here's the problem. All right, this magnetic needle points to magnetic north, but it's actually not true north. It's actually not the top of our planet. So so our Earth, all right, its inner core, all right, it's technically facing the top of that, okay, because our Earth is on an axis and it rotates. This magnetic needle is actually facing the top of our core, but true north is the top of our planet. Okay, so if this is only pointing magnetic north, then it's actually not matching our maps at all. So then you have this thing called declination. All right, so declination is the difference between magnetic north and true north. Now, if you're just talking about the continental US, there's this thing called the agonic line, and it's around the Mississippi, and that line is 0. It lines up directly with.
All right, guys, we are actually out in the bush doing some navigating leapfrog.
The dead pine. Point at it. You see the dead yellow?
Alright, so the next one, I have to warn you guys, is a little bit off. It's my fault. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still keeping.
Oh, great!
Not really. I just...
Oh, you just found it? Yeah. Someone probably lost it in one of my boxes. Hey, I don't recognize these beads. Yeah, you can see what it is.
What is the bearing?
297.
So the next one is a little bit off.
Let me go to one tree that I see right now.
It's off. It's within 10 meters. But I will say
You got one?
just anytime somebody leapfrogs, scan. Just thoroughly scan.
So it's 103.
It might not mean, like that was pretty accurate in our azimuth. The next one, it feels a little...
How many did she say was off? One wide pace of the right.
I'm not sure.
Too far to the right. You got him too far to the right? Take one step left. Yeah. Go left one step. Yeah, right there. Yep. Nice. That's where we're heading.
Looks good to me.
I got him one wide step to the right. You follow yours, I'll follow mine. I'm heading to that orange ribbon. I ain't saying either one's right, but let's get it. I'm way up there.
All right, guys, so this has been a quick demonstration of leapfrogging.
I guess it's going to pick up I'm towards the orange ribbon. Is anybody else hitting the orange ribbon right here? I am.
Okay.
Left at that corner of the can. I'm hitting the middle of that gray top right there. Middle? The middle of that gray top. Okay, you've been on
All right, guys, I just completed a navigation course. We did 2 courses. The second course was basically leapfrogging. Very interesting course. It was basically shooting an azimuth or a bearing, which is basically the same thing. Going from azimuth to azimuth. The second course was much longer, and we did some leapfrogging. And it came to one point that we could not go onto some private property. There was a fence there, so we had to basically find our way, another way, go to the right, count your pace, find a bearing. However, it was all marked, but it was a very, very good training course for learning navigation, which I would encourage everyone, if you're going into the bush, become familiar with a compass. Again, a very good course here at the Georgia Bushcraft. So guys, I'm going to see you on my next course, starting in about an hour from now, on honey and medicinal use of honey and propolis, I believe it's called. All right, guys, I'll see you around.
How you doing?
Good. The use of a draw knife.
Yeah. I'm impressed you knew what it was. A lot of people have to ask me.
That's used for carving anything, or?
Sure.
Is that a homemade thing?
Yeah. Safe horse. Because you kind of sit on it like you do a horse.
John, you want me to top off your water?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I mean, I'll send you a bill for it.
Oh, so
What's that? Oh.
here is some of his products.
Where'd you find that? Did you buy that here?
Nope, I traded for it.
Oh, nice.
Not this time. You know the $10,000 last time?
Yeah.
Like that last, like 3 weeks before this.
Okay.
I went to it, you know, Boom okay. So Boom McGee, I love trading with him. I traded for it.
Nice. What'd you have to get?
I have a bargain.
Okay.
So I traded a ferro rod.
Nice.
It was a good ferro rod, but the knife's better.
Yeah, sounds like you come out pretty good on that deal.
Hey guys, more skills from the Georgia Bushcraft.
They call your number, you win that up. That's exciting. I've never won anything, but maybe.
Neither have I.
Maybe. I've won one thing, and that was it. But I've been coming here many years. I already got an opportunity to use your tweezers, so that's a great purchase. It's going to be in my EDC bag everywhere I go now.
I'll tell you, I keep a Leatherman and that pair of tweezers on me at all times, and 2 lighters, and that's what I do. And I bust those stinking tweezers out all the time.
And that spatula is going to be making stir fry tonight. So.
I do have. Not really into the EDC stuff, but I do have EDC stuff.
I know.
mean, it sells. It does. And it's like I always need 2 lighters for one for work.
Five
and then
pounds,
always
9 ounces is what
burning
it
stuff I
weighs.
shouldn't
A
be.
little under 12 total for your.
Hey, just another view of the people that are still arriving. And I'm headed to raffle time. My tickets. I'm gonna win me another axe or a hatchet or a knife. Everyone here, these are my competitors. All right, guys, see you after the raffle. Well, YouTubers, hey, this has been the first day of the Virginia Bushcrafter Spring Camp Meetup. Hey, it's been a very fun day. Met a lot of great people, great conversation. I was able to attend 3 classes, lockpicking, which I find to be very beneficial. Again, only good guys use lockpicking. The second class I took was navigation, which was a blast, and the third class that I took was dealing with honey and propolis. One course I wasn't able to take because the instructor wasn't able to make it due to severe weather in Arkansas. But it was a lot of fun. I attended the raffle. I've purchased, let's see, of course, some candles and something that I'm going to be making a chair out of, which I will be featuring in the bush. But guys, it's been a blast. This is the first night. First day, first night ending of the Georgia Bushcraft 2025, and I encourage everyone, if you get the opportunity, to attend the Georgia Bushcraft, please do so. All right, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter. I will see you in the morning.